Welcome to the Psychic News Report. Today we're reporting on Harry, Prince of the United Kingdom, has returned to the United Kingdom for the 10-year Invictus anniversary. I am joined today by psychic correspondent Debbie of Tarot and Paws. And Thor Sandalwood and I did a reading on this last week to see what the vibe was going to be around Harry returning to the United Kingdom, if he was going to be embraced by the royal family. We did get some interesting information. News today upon Harry's arrival on May 8th is that he will not be meeting with the king. It was expected that he was not meeting with the Prince of Wales or Catherine, the Princess of Wales, or many of the other royal family members. But the king, we kind of expected he was going to have a visit with him. Deb, what did you think? Did you think he was going to meet with the king?
No, I didn't think he was going to meet at all. After all the stuff that Harry has said in his book, on Oprah, everything, I just think the king has got too many other stuff on his plate to worry about Harry. And I don't think he trusts him. I really don't, which is sad to say.
I think you're right. Now, there's mixed reviews here stateside as far as the publications. Newsweek is claiming, and I'll have the articles referenced in the description of this video, Newsweek is saying this snub may be a costly error on the part of the king. But the New York Post is saying that Harry has been branded as very difficult and was making demands. There were apparently some negotiation efforts made to get them in the same room prior to the trip. There was no room for Harry at the end. He failed to correspond with the 30-day request to stay on any of the royal residences. So he's already flying in the face of protocol and standard procedure, which is kind of a bummer. Now, I do want to read out the statement that Harry's representatives did give to the GB News today in response to the many inquiries and continued speculation on whether or not the Duke will meet with his father while in the United Kingdom this week. It unfortunately will not be possible due to His Majesty's full program. The Duke, of course, is understanding of his father's diary of commitments and various other priorities and hopes to see him soon. I think that that's a little bit of shade. How do you feel about it, Deb?
Oh, definitely. He's. I still feel he cannot trust his son. The king cannot trust his son because no matter. I think that's the major issue here. Deep down, I think he really would like to. He doesn't like confrontation, so I think deep down he would really like to see his son, but he can't trust him because anything that this didn't even come from Buckingham Palace. This came from Harry's side. So there you go. Leaking information like a ship. This is, or I should say, a sea, whatever it's called, whatever the expression is, and. But it's my allergies. I'll blame it on my allergies.
No, I know. We fortunately had some rain up here in the Northeast, so our allergies got damped down for a day. But yesterday was a beautiful, glorious spring day, including all of that pollen. So I do hope that you get some relief from that. Maybe you'll get a nice thunderstorm down there in the Panhandle.
Who knows? My former PE coach that I know we used to refer to as being hell hot, and yeah, it is already. It's
Florida hot. We can call it Florida hot.
I guess
let's pull up some cards here, and you and I we're gonna play some ping pong here. We're gonna have some fun.
Okay.
And I beg your pardon. I just want to adjust that screen so we can get all of the cards on the screen. So the first question I want to know, and I'm gonna throw this over to you. Did Harry expect to be housed sans that 30-day formal request? Did he expect to be feted by the royal family? I'm going to do my standard 7-card spread for you.
Oh, I love those cards.
Oh, I know. Every time I use these, I think of you. All right, tell me what you see, my friend.
Oh my goodness. What jumped out at me was the 10 of cups in reverse. He's thinking everything, oh, why not? Everything's fine. My family loves me. And there's, is that the 3 of wands am I looking at?
That is a 2 of wands, my
Oh,
dear.
2 of wands. Okay. I feel like he's looking he's looking at the UK, and I think deep down he desperately wants to be back, but there's been too much turmoil, too many things said, um, and the fool in reverse.
Yeah.
I just I really think deep down he thought, oh, no problem, they're going to put me up, and being a typical narcissist, I they don't remember all the "Oh, I didn't say that, I didn't do that, I didn't do any of that, it's their fault, it's the media, blah blah blah." And no, yeah, you did, Harry, and now you got to pay the piper. So that's what I'm seeing. That's the impression I
Yeah.
get.
I think so too. I'm going to agree with you on that. Do you think he expected to be feted by the royal family?
Excuse me, can you say, I lost you a little
Do
bit
you
on
think
that?
that he expected for everyone to be really excited for him to come back?
Oh yes, oh yes. I mean, he does not feel that he did anything wrong. It was the media. It was, he still blames the British press. That's a here we go again. Oh yeah, he expected to be welcomed back with open arms. I really feel that. And you can't, people can't, words hurt. Not, blow you can, you punch me, you can get over that, but words hurt, and people don't forget that. He called his beloved sister-in-law, you know, um, alluded to the fact that she was a racist, even his own father. So I mean, how can you not expect people to take that to heart? I would be devastated if somebody said that to me.
Yeah, me too. So, Deb, what I want to explore next is, and I know that you and I are both a real big fan of, we're really big fans of River, another YouTuber out there who
Oh,
does royalties.
he's
He's
phenomenal.
fabulous. Love him, right? Right. I
Oh
love,
yeah. I
what is
wish
it?
I wish I wish we had cool charity shops like they have it in the UK. We just have
Honestly.
goodwill. And
Yeah.
I mean, if I ever get a chance to go to the UK, I'm hitting charity shops because he has the coolest stuff.
I think so too. I love when he does tip jar corner. I know some people aren't real
Oh,
fond of that part, and he always says if you need to fast forward through this, go ahead. I love tip jar corner, and I
me
just could
too.
listen all day long.
I
So,
absolutely, yeah. A tip jar corner is just the best. I love seeing all the just the neat stuff they have there. If I win the
absolutely.
lottery, I'm going to the
So,
UK.
so one of the things that River said last week, because he does have some connections to royal circles, if you will. I don't want to take any liberties with what what I'm assuming the relationships are, but he does have some very nice connections. And he said that the word in certain circles was that the king was indifferent to Harry's visit. I think coming from British culture, indifferent is a really alarming word, don't you think?
Yes. Oh
Yeah,
yes, yes.
alarming.
They're too polite to say what we would say in America, but yes, that's a big word.
That's a big word. So what I
Oh
want to
yeah.
see is this a rebuff from the king? I don't want to say a shot across the bow, but I want to say, is it a rebuff? Is it really setting the pace for the relationship moving forward? So let's see what we get. Oh boy. One of the things is I am clairaudient, which means that I hear things. And I hear right now, and you're going to love this, Michael Jackson, you want to be starting something. So
I'll tell you what I just heard, because sometimes I do get music when I'm, or songs. I'm hearing "Hit the Road Jack" by Ray Charles.
yeah. So I think that this Five of Cups is Harry really being disappointed. Once again, his philosophy of how hard done by he's been, it's coming to the fore. He really feels like, oh, I've been so hard done by. This is yet again, they're doing me dirty. They're doing it again. And his emotions are going to be very, very twisted as a result of this. Now, the King of Wands and the Page of Wands in reverse are both alarming to me, because those are individuals that are using their creativity for bad stuff. This is going to be a hard court press. Feel bad for me. And I do think that statement about that he has other His Majesty has other responsibilities and priorities. I think priority was a very key word in that. Harry is no longer a priority. His family is no longer a priority. And I think Harry is underscoring that with the statement and really trying to make a statement with that. With this Ace of Pentacles, I think we see a huge fracture in the relationship as a result of this. I'm calling it a rebuff. I'm saying he was indifferent and he was rebuffed. And Harry is going to split off this. If this was the San Andreas fault, it just got 3 feet thicker. It is really going to create a gulf between them. Under the surface, he is making a lot of judgments. Harry is making a lot of judgments on his father. How could he treat me so differently? The 2 versus 3 sausages has just gotten a lot bigger. That plate has gotten a lot bigger. And Harry is, please, sir, may I have some more? He is sitting on the outside. Poor little Harry. Here, he doesn't have a lot of options other than to twist and swing in the wind on the end of this fishing line. He is just going to be a complete jerk about this moving forward. Your feeling on this spread, my dear?
I know. I know we try to have, banter back and forth, but I have to agree on this one. I mean, you can see he still thinks that, he's still playing the victim. They look at all the things, that I've just boohoo, pity me. Yeah, I'll take your salary or live in the, what you had. What's the expression? The grass is always greener. He thought that, he was so oppressed, and I'll trade places with you, Harry. I'll be oppressed. I can do that. I can do your job and do it 10 times better.
Absolutely. I think a lot of us could take that job.
Yeah.
I have a girlfriend that has a daughter who is young and spends a lot of time out on the West Coast, and has some friends that are Houdinians. And when she was getting her license, one of her girlfriends out in California got a Tesla from her uncle. And so she came home and she said, Mom, you're going to have to lease me a Tesla. And she goes, get out of here. Are you crazy? That's like $700 a month. She goes, oh, all right, I'll settle for a Corvette.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think Harry's kind of that ilk. Just saying.
Yeah.
I do have hope for my girlfriend's daughter, though. So let's see how Monarch is feeling about all of this, because, given the track record of emotional tennis or emotional pickleball, if you will, that they've been playing over the last few years. Let's see how the Monarch is feeling about his decision to not see Harry. Let's see if that indifference is sustained here. And I'm going to give this to you, my dear. I'm going to let you do this reading. Not let you. I'm going to invite you to do this reading.
You will do this reading or else.
Get to work. So no. Okay. So how, and then I just want to make sure that you can see all of the cards, my dear. again, this is, how's the monarch feeling at this point, having made the decision, having committed to this decision? What's your thought?
Well, what I'm feeling from the cards, what I'm seeing is that he's deep down, he's heartbroken, but he had to do it. He had to, I guess, like, draw a line in the sand because, excuse me, you've got the two of pentacles. That's like balance, but it's in reverse, so it's everything is unbalanced, and um, he's yeah. I just feel that the King Charles III, he's very, very torn, but he had to do this because he's thinking of his family. He's thinking about the other royals. He's also thinking about the country because the country's not too happy. And I firmly believe if he had acquiesced to let Harry come, or not come, but stay in one of the palaces, I think that would have just. I mean, I would have been upset. I can just imagine what the people of the UK, they would have just been, because he also, not only did he hurt his family, he also threw his country under the bus.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
but I just think deep down, from what I could see, it was a very heartbreaking decision, but he knew he had to do it.
So I'm actually kind of zeroed in on this Empress and the Emperor in reverse, and I just want your opinion on that. Do you think that King Charles is functioning as a father or as a monarch in this decision? This is really kind of throwing me for a loop. What's
Oh,
your
yeah.
feeling on that?
I think he had to put, from what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling, he had to put his fatherly feelings aside, and he had to think about his duty, his country, the monarchy. Um, and I think I'm seeing that's probably where the imbalance is. He's a father, but he's got to weigh his job. He's got to weigh he's been bred from birth to believe in the monarchy. And even though I'm over here in the U.S., I love the monarchy. So I feel it was a very, very tough decision, but I think he had to make it, not as a father, but as a king.
I think so too. More so, I think that he acted as an impartial man. I think he took himself out of both roles. I think he took himself out of the monarch role and also out of the parent role and said, if this was an acquaintance, if this was an employee, how would I behave toward them? Which I
Yeah.
think is very interesting, and not a position that I would be envious of anyone being in.
No.
It's really a difficult spot for them to be
But I
in.
think, I feel bad, just part of me feels bad for Harry, but he also brought all this mess on himself. If he had just not, I think what he said about the queen, not the late queen, the present queen, Camilla, in his book, I think that was like a nail in his coffin. That was,
Very
you know,
difficult
yeah,
statements that he
yeah,
made about her.
yeah.
Ah, well, that is just unfortunate. Now, I'm going to take a look real quick at the general consensus of the royal family. Like, are we heaving a sigh of relief? Is this, the catharsis of the whole situation? Like, we're finally going to get some peace from this, or is this just a battle in the midst of war? So I'm going to take a look at that real quick, and we're going to be looking at everybody: Lady Louise, Zara, and Mike Tyndall, and Princess Anne. Everybody. We're just going to get kind of the consensus on the whole family here. So let's see what we've got. The High Priestess. That's everybody's emotions. And there, the Queen of Wands, the undoing. To bring in the Sun and not have a fair and even hand here to secure the hand of the king, to secure that power of the king. No charity whatsoever. Oh my goodness. All I can see, oh, and that King of Cups in reverse. This is really an unfortunate reading. I see something very similar. I don't know if you remember the old horror movie with Morgan Fairchild, The Initiation of Sarah. It was a made-for-TV movie.
No.
It was kind of like oh, it was so good. It was the take on like Carrie. It was a gal who went to college and she was a witch, and her sister was kind of polished up, and they took her into the sorority, and she tried to get in, but Morgan Fairchild, was a big meanie and didn't want her in there, and she exacted her revenge psychokinetically or telekinetically at the end. But anyway, not to be spoiler alert. At one point, they were around a bowl and they were literally blackballing the girls from the sorority. I think that there was a meeting like that. I think they took a vote, and I think that the consensus was they were going to blackball him. This Six of Pentacles is not about money here. This is about generosity, and I think we're not getting it. To preserve the psychic health of everyone, they need to undo his power. And by doing that, they rise to the surface. They're able to secure the king's position a little bit more. Everyone is disappointed about this, but this is not the story that they created. They did not make this happen. This Temperance in reverse echoes this lack of charity toward him. They're not going to cave. They're not going to succumb to pressure, be it pressure in the press, pressure by statements that are made. They're just not going to do it. They're all standing firmly behind the king and empowering the monarchy quite a bit. Any comments you have on this before we go to the next question?
No, this is the high priest is there. When you put that down, I went, okay, game's over. That's it.
Game over, right?
Yeah, it was. They're pulling all their energy, and they are standing behind the monarch.
So let's see how this is going to affect the father-son relationship. I broke this down into two questions. I'll let you have the first, how it's going to affect the father-son relationship, and we'll do 3 and 3. 3 for Harry, okay. 3 for Charles, and then I'll do how it's going to affect the monarch-subject relationship between them, and we'll do the same thing. 3 and 3. So you want Harry on top or the king on top? It's your choice.
Let's put the king on top. It's good to be the king.
Good to be the king.
Quoting Mel Brooks.
So there we have 5 of Pentacles. We have the Hermit in reverse. And we have the 2 of Pentacles for His Majesty King Charles. And then for Harry, we have, the 6 of Cups in reverse. The Devil Wears Prada. Or Dior. The Devil Wears Dior.
Yeah, Devil Wears Prada.
And the Strength card in the middle. And if you'd like, I can give you one card for the general situation between the 2 of them. Would you like that?
Yes, please.
Certainly, my dear. Ace of Pentacles. So, what say you, Miss?
I'm good at that. Just please love me. Please give me more, sir. Yes. Oh, boy. King, I know there's heartbreak there. I'm feeling that, but but he's got to, I don't think this relationship will repair. I really don't. Not from the way I'm looking at it.
A bridge too far.
Yeah, he said too many things and did too many things, and like I said before, words hurt. You get punched in the arm, yeah, but the bruise goes away and you forget about it, but you don't forget the words that were spoken. You remember them, and he said some terrible things, and I don't, and you can't forget that. So I don't see this, this relationship, being repaired. I really don't.
I don't either. This is alarming too, this
Yeah.
Six of
Oh
Cups in reverse, because this is just, for me, and when I teach, I always teach the Six of Cups when it's upright. It's like a bright summer day. You're with your
yeah.
cousins. You
Right.
just got
Right.
out of the pool or
Yeah.
out of the ocean. You're sunburned on your shoulders a little. You smell
Oh
like
yeah.
suntan lotion.
It's the nostalgia card. It's all everything was beautiful and happy memories, and yeah.
This is poison, poison, poison. He is
Yeah.
not. Yeah, he is rewriting his own history right now, and everything again, those sausages, the two sausages that he got on his plate are probably now like stale, old, wrinkled up sausages like we have at 7-Eleven on the little hot dog roller. The devil is really alarming. What are you picking up on that devil, my dear?
He uh for Harry, he- this I get a sense of that he's really angry. He's really upset, and how dare they do this to me? That's what I'm feeling from the devil card. Uh he's gonna do. I just this just kind of flipped in my brain right now. Harry's gonna do something for payback. He's gonna do something, because when that
Yeah,
devil shows up, it's like, ooh, and he's not happy, and he's like a petulant little child. He's gonna get back. He's gonna do something, and uh, I just I wish somebody. He'll never. Unfortunately, because of his narcissistic tendencies, I am by no means an expert. Um, he's going to do some. He's going to play the victim card, and he's gonna get back at his father. Unfortunately,
I think
yeah,
so.
that's. Oof.
I think that statement is the tip of the iceberg. I think we're going to hear more. If there's a spare part two, I think he's going to
Oh,
have a lot of things to say that are going to
well,
be, well, I was so hard done by my parent.
yeah, like,
Really,
he didn't wear the coronation medal. Um, that's he wore his little participation medals, but the one he didn't wear was the important one. So yeah, he's this is uh, yeah, this
yeah,
is
I,
this
I,
is
I think we're
this
going to
is
see
not
shots
a
fired coming
yeah,
soon,
this is
right?
not he is not a nice person right now. There's a lot of revenge. That's what that the devil card's like. Just he's gonna get revenge one way or the other.
I keep getting pollution with this. So I think not only is he polluted in his thinking, and that could be due to substance abuse, that could be due to stinking thinking. Some people are familiar with the term stinking thinking. But I think he is about to pollute the publicity. I think we're going to get some pollution here, but I think it's coming from a place of polluted thinking. Let's see
Yeah, see,
how. Oh, go ahead, my dear.
no, I was just gonna say the devil that just revenge was just boom, boom, boom. That's what's pounding in my brain right now is that he's yeah, his evil
Well,
side is coming out big time.
whenever people make a deal with the devil, it's
That's
never
yep,
the deal that you thought it was going to be. You got to read the
exactly.
fine print.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the grass is
So
always greener on the other side. Oh yeah, this is gonna be great. I'm going to California. We're gonna have, and yeah. Oh,
let's see how this is going to affect the monarch subject relationship.
okay.
So I'm going to keep King Charles III up on the top, and I have Harry on the bottom. And the relationship will be very strained but I almost get the sense that Harry is going to renounce his throne, like Prince Hakeem in Coming to America. I think we may see him renounce his position. But I don't think it's going to be I renounce my princely and ducal titles, but it's going to be like I renounce my family. Like he's gonna storm off and run away from home again energetically. We did see that temper tantrum and we did see him run off just prior to the pandemic. We're leaving. It's too dangerous here in the United Kingdom. How'd that work out for you? And, now he's got all these
Oh
issues
yeah.
with security and whatnot. For the king, I think that this is more beneficial. I
Yes.
do think that this is moving him forward. This tower card, there's going to be some commentary on this. And I think the tower card is something we're going to see in the future when the next publication comes out. I do think Harry's going to produce a publication. I'm getting the
Oh
sense that, he's already threatened us with another 400 pages or something. I do think we're going to get a second book, and I think that second book is going to be rewritten over the next few weeks. But I do think that the king will be able to weather this storm. This Eight of Wands, a lot of people see this as a negative card, but I would get this a great deal with Queen Elizabeth II, the late great monarch. I would get this all the time with her because she was a tremendous chess player. She would
yes.
wait and she would bide her time. She was really masterful at that. And I don't think that her son missed the lesson on that one. I think he did. I don't think he's quite as adept as she is. He didn't have the time, as the monarch to do that. But I think that some lessons were learned, and he does have some good voices in his ears that are saying, just bide your time. We have to be patient with this. We have to let things fall out. Now, Harry, I think, is going to kind of give homage to the crown. I think he's going to say, well, I've always supported the monarchy, blah, 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 blah. He's going to say something like that. I think the kiss off is more family. I think he's going to say goodbye to his family. I have no family ties, but to king and crown and country and crown, I will always be a British subject, which is so conflicted and so
Yeah.
deluded. It doesn't make any sense. You can't have a personal issue with the monarch and then still support them in a professional capacity. So I think we see a lot of confusion with that devil card that we saw on your reading. I do think that we've got some issues, perhaps with deluded thinking or polluted thinking. Let's call it polluted thinking. Here,
Yes.
people are going to see him as very conflicted. They're going to see him as not making any sense. This is something that will come to the fore very, very quickly. So, all in all, I think very interesting reading. I'm just going to pull our card view down so everyone can see our bright and shining faces.
My allergy face. My allergy face.
Oh, that's all right. We all have allergy faces. So Deb, what do you think is going to be the next move? Do you think Harry is going to stay out of the United Kingdom? I mean, when we speak, when we're talking about our psychic ability, you and I, it's always the energies that are in place at the moment. So, this is the next chess move that Harry's going to make. What do you think he's going to do?
Oh, I don't see him. I see him being like a petulant little, he didn't get his way and he's going to be, like you said, a temper tantrum. I think deep down he knows he can't. This is the only thing he's got. He cannot break with the monarchy. That's his bread and butter. Because if he wasn't a prince, we wouldn't be talking about him. People say, "Oh, okay, you just had a fight with your family. Oh well." I don't. I think he's going to. I agree. There's going to be another book deal, or he's going to write a sequel to Spare Us, please. No pun intended there, but
Well, some
he's
of us need doorstop, so it's okay.
yeah, he's just he's just going he's going to continue because there is so much anger and hatred. that he's not going to leave this alone. Normal people like you and I would have went, okay, I'm just going to go on my merry way and, you know, shut my mouth. See, that's what he needs to do, is shut his mouth, but he won't. So
Yeah.
I think he's going to do something. I don't know what, but he's going to do something. But he's not going to cut ties entirely, because that's his bread and butter. You know, I mean, he's not exactly the brightest bulb in the lot, but he's not stupid. He's not going to, you know, cut off, because then he has nothing. You know, he has no job skills. What does he have without, you know, who he
Yeah.
was?
How unfortunate. How
Yeah,
absolutely unfortunate. Well, this was super fun. Super, super sad. I feel badly that he has bungled his life so
I do
much.
too. I do too. You know, it's you don't like to see. It's like, you know, when you're driving by and you see an accident and you don't, you don't want to look, and we're watching this accident play out every single year. It's like, wake up! I want to just slap him upside the head and say, "Do you see what you're doing?" But
It's like that scene from Indiana Jones where Short Round hits him with the torch. Indy, wake up! Like
yeah,
it, it really is. It's so unfortunate. But Deb, this was so much fun. You're such a gifted talent. I love doing readings like this with you. So
well,
um,
I had a very, very great teacher. So I'm, you know, who made me find this spark.
well, I
I'm
think
enjoying
that you're
it.
terrific, and I think this was great. We're going to stay on this subject. You and I are going to keep doing featurettes on this. We're going to keep tabs on this. So let's give it a few days, and you and I maybe we'll do a little Meghan Markle together. What do you say?
Yeah, I'd like to. Oh, yeah. She's not my
Yeah,
favorite person, but boy, would I like to take a, you know,
we'll do a
she, yeah,
deep dive on her.
I like to pull
So
some.
everybody, thanks so much for watching. Please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. We want to bring you more content like this. And please subscribe to Deb's Tarot and Paws channel. She's a brand new channel. We want to get her up there. We want to get her up to 1,000 subscribers as quickly as possible, and get her rocking and rolling on YouTube. She does great work, and she's a lot of fun. So thanks so much, Deb. And we're going to be out. We'll see you guys in the future.
Bye, everybody. Thank you, Ann.